Thank you. It's very good to be here today. Most people, you know, how I'm as a state senator. I was state senator for 10 years. I was a city councilman in Columbus for 10 years. But most people that I meet, I think, will go away saying that he's very direct. This campaign is about plain English, talking about what's happening to this state and how we can change it. I was there 10 of the 16 years in the legislature, and I've watched how this state has gone down from where I first started to where it is now. I think nationally we should be embarrassed what's happened to our state. Those of us who were raised here, those of us who raised families here, and those of us who intend to stay here, I think we can say that we should be embarrassed. I was told when I was growing up that the average person in life only wants 7 things. If they have those 7 things, they're pretty happy. They want a house, a car, a job, 2 credit cards, kids, good health, and be left alone. If you think about it, that's true. But when someone messes with one of those 7 things, that's when people get upset and get involved. And I can tell you personally that Republicans have messed with all 7 of those things since I've been in the legislature in the last 16 years. We watch people in the state without health care. We watch our jobs go outside the state. You've seen our kids go to schools that are not properly funded. You've seen all these things happen on the Republican watch. Now, the Supreme Court of Ohio reflects the integrity of the state. The Supreme Court of Ohio is the last stop to guarantee constitutional rights. But more importantly than that, it protects also supposedly civil rights and human rights. And I think throughout my career in public service, I have been a protector in the legislative branch of making sure people in this state have a fair chance and fair opportunity to succeed. If you watch the Roth decision involving school funding, what you saw for the last few years, we have children in this state who are denied an education because of where they live and because of the income of their family. And you know better than I do, a lot of you, that without an education, you can't take advantage of opportunity. I think when I grew up, I had a mother who told me that if you're educated, when opportunity comes, they can't say you're not qualified. I went on to state in the primary, and I showed my credentials to every newspaper in the state, and they all endorsed it. I showed my credentials to the Ohio Bar Association. They gave me their highest rating out of 6 candidates. And I think when you show your experiences, 38 years of practicing law, 29 years in private practice, represented unions and everyday people, served time in the military, in the Vietnam conflict, as judge advocate, been in corporate law, in every branch of law, I'm prepared for this position, and I'm prepared to be the only Democrat if that happens on this 6-person Republican court. Wow. I give a chance to pick up 2 seats this year, and we also elect Bill O'Neill. Justice Resnick has been alone for a long time in that court, being the only Democrat. She decided this year not to run again. She leaves January 2nd. I'm running for her seat, and she encouraged me to do that because her ideals and her judicial philosophy is similar to mine. We believe in those things that are important for Democrats. We believe in working people. We believe in laboring. We believe in workplace safety. We believe in people who can realize their own dreams based on their efforts. And those things we're trying to protect in the Supreme Court. So I'm asking your support in the next 2 days. Somebody said 113, I guess it is. To make sure we are elected, to make sure that your voice is heard, to make sure we get Ohio back to where it should have been a long time ago, and to make sure Ohio remains a great state, which it is. Brunswick is the size of my hometown in Sandusky. And so I get very nostalgic coming here and seeing a little town like this. And I want to make sure that you look at the entire ticket. These people were put together on this ticket to make sure we bring the best that we have to offer to Ohio Democrats. Our credentials are impeccable. Our commitment, I think, is insurmountable for anyone to say that we're not there. And I think our dedication to communities and neighborhoods and our kids and schools and all those things are important to America. I think we're the ones who can get it done. So I appreciate your support, though. Thank you very much.